Welcome back to some more NBA breakdowns. I took a few weeks off, but I'm back and I'm doing what I love to do. And let's talk about the NBA. I smell the NBA season in the air. October 29th, you get your Lakers and your Clippers, and you get your Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls. So I talked about a lot of teams already. If any of you follow my videos or watch, I've been talking about certain divisions, But in this video, I want to get to the Texas teams, those teams out west, and Memphis and formerly known as New Orleans Hornets. They're not the Hornets no more. They're the Pelicans. So I couldn't find a picture with the Pelicans logo on it. So bear with me. So we begin with the Houston Rockets. Day 2013-2014 season. We all know that the Houston Rockets acquired the biggest free agent in NBA in Dwight Howard. Some people might say he's the best big man in the game. He lacks intelligence. He lacks toughness. He lacks that eager to win. Dwight Howard lacks a lot of things, but Dwight Howard is the type of person that you cannot depend on to win your games. Flat out, Um, the Houston Rockets acquired him from that free agency, left the Lakers hanging dry. Um, so will the Dwight Howard experience pan over to success for the Houston Rockets? That's the big issue. Because we saw Dwight Howard fail in Orlando. We saw Dwight Howard fold under the pressure in L.A. We saw the problems in L.A. Saw all the problems he had with Stan Van Gundy. But is he ready to ready to own up to leadership and try to take that next step to being the best big man in the game? You know, or is Dwight Howard going to settle for less and still not live up to the hype that Hakeem Olajuwon built in Houston? You know what I'm saying? So that's what Kobe Bryant was trying to get him to learn how to take control of his, and try to be a better player and try to be the player that's tough. When times get hard, is you gonna bail on me? So let's look at the Houston Rockets roster. We all know James Harden is one of the best scorers in the NBA. James Harden can light up the 3-point shot, drive to the basket. James Harden is all of that. Jeremy Lin hasn't been doing too much since he left New York. Can he create some kind of pick and roll style with Dwight going to the basket? You bring in Ronnie Brewer, or you still got Aaron Brooks, Marcus Camby coming there, Francisco Garcia, Chandler Parsons, a 3-point knockout. And I'm not. This video is not to bash Dwight Howard, but I think Kevin McHale will help Dwight learn how to stay focused. But I think the free throws. You can't win games at the end of the game. You can't win the close games if you're not gonna make your free throws. That's what Dwight Howard lacks. I think he will dominate at certain times, but I don't see this team getting past the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Memphis Grizzlies, the LA Clippers. I just don't see it happening. Not this year. I think Dwight Howard will catch a lot of slack this year from fans all around the league. I think that would make him toughen up just a little bit. I think we might see the real Dwight Howard come next year. That's when I think we might see Dwight Howard. So the Houston Rockets went 45-37 last year. At home, they was 29-12. On the road, they was 24-17. So the sky's the limit for the Houston Rockets. I don't like Dwight Howard because he dissed the Lakers, but he has to have more intelligence and more leadership and more focus on the court than what he got. It's not a time that you joke around. This cookie push shit got to go if you want to win the championship. The expectations gonna be high in Houston. So the Dwight Howard just man up, focus, and I'm not picking them to come away with this division. No. So anyway, let's get to the New Orleans Pelicans. They were formerly known as New Orleans Hornets. They added Tariq Evans, for former number one, was he the number one pick last year? Anthony Davis, Austin Rivers back on the same conference with his dad, Doc Rivers. Drew Holiday coming from Philadelphia. I don't feel like the New Orleans Pelicans will do anything in the West. Monty Williams is the gut coach. They went 27 and 55 last year, 11 and 30 at home, and on the road, and 16 and 25 on the at home. So don't expect the New Orleans Pelicans to do nothing in the Western Conference. Okay, the Memphis Grizzlies, Western Conference Finals. This team is a big, rugged team. I like the Memphis Grizzlies. Those big horses caused a lot of problems from last year for teams. With Zach Randolph and Mark Gasol, and what I'm saying. You add Tayshaun Prince to the mix, but you lose Lionel Hollins, that really took control of this team last year and got them to places that they hadn't been in a long time. You still got defensive man Tony Allen, who can lock you up at any place, any time. Tayshaun Prince, with his long arms and length, can really scare opponent being defended by. I mean, like, what I'm saying. Mike Miller coming over from Miami. I really like the big rugged style that the Memphis Grizzlies play with. You come to Memphis and you gonna have to bang with them big Zach Randolph. You gonna have to bang with Marc Gasol. You gonna have they can get you in the paint. Zach Randolph can step out and hit that jump shot anytime he wants to. I like the Memphis Grizzlies in the Western Conference. I see them improving, but I just don't see them winning this division. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time that they take the next step, and maybe they can get to the NBA Finals. Still got Mike Conley Jr., Melvin Ely. Like I said, Marc Gasol seem to be improving better than Powell. But I like the Memphis Grizzlies. Do I pick them to go back to the Western Conference Finals? It all depends on Russell Westbrook's injury. I'll get to that side of the NBA pretty soon. So the Grizzlies were 45 and 37, and their home record was 29 and 12. Really didn't write the road record down. So you know what I'm saying. Here's a team that I want to get to, and that's the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs was one of the teams that's well coached. Greg Popovich, everybody know the story with the San Antonio Spurs. With Tim Duncan, one of arguably the best big man power forward in the game. I missed that number word. So the Spurs, NBA final runner-up. I'm gonna get into depth conversation with the Spurs. This season, I'm looking for that answer if the Spurs can really get over that mental state of losing to the NBA Finals. Arguably LeBron James put on a good NBA Finals against the Spurs. You saw Manu Ginobili struggle in Game 6 and throughout the NBA Finals. Tony Parker was himself. Tim Duncan gave you all he had. This team just ran through the playoffs, knocking out those Lakers, the Warriors, and the Grizzlies, and then hitting a bump in the road when they came to the finals. So Greg Popovich is the type of coach that will have the Spurs ready. Greg Popovich will not let the Spurs dwell on what you cannot dwell on what happened last year. That's the Spurs, what the Spurs is all about. Greg Popovich will not have San Antonio Spurs dwelling on that. We come into this season fresh. The Spurs always end up with the number one seed, so that's not a problem. The problem is the mental aspect of the NBA Finals. That Game 6 that the Spurs had won, did that leave a sour taste in the San Antonio Spurs' mouth? Did this hunt Tim Duncan? Did this hunt Tony Parker? Did this hunt Manu Ginobili? Anytime you lose in the NBA Finals, it's a haunting feeling. You know what I'm saying? It does something to you when you come that close to championship glory. that close to NBA championship. It's got to be something that right deep inside. But Greg Popovich is a phenomenal coach. Greg Popovich is one of the greatest coaches of all times of playing the X's and O's and getting his team ready and prepared. You coming into the 2014, 2013, 2014 season, um, with the age and attrition get up to him, the Tony Parker still play like an MVP. Does Manu Ginobili hit another bump in the road? Let me run through the roster. They got Marco Bellinelli, Brad Bonner, Marcus Cousins, Boris Diaw, Tim Duncan, Courtney Fields, Manu Ginobili, Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard, Corey Maggette, Tony Parker, and Thiago Splitter. I expect Kawhi Leonard to take a huge step in trying to be one of the next great San Antonio Spurs players. Kawhi Leonard came out hard last year in the NBA Finals. They went 58 and 24 last year. The home record was 35. I think they won 35 on home and 23 and 18 on the road. So expect the Spurs to be right in the mix like next year. And there was your divisional breakdown of the South. Well, I think it's the Southeast or something, but I'm not for sure. But be back with more NBA videos. Peace.